All right, I'm all ready whenever you're set.
All right, go ahead and middle.
Full name including the middle.
Right there.
Next full name including the middle.
Timothy Ben Hairston.
All right, Mr. Harrison. All right, sir, confirming you still live on Frontier Street.
Yes, sir.
Your phone number ends in 2002.
Yes, sir.
Do you have an email?
Yes, sir, I do as well. It's TIMHAIRSTON777 @gmail.com.
Okay. All right, sir. The state is alleging two charges against you. One of them is a felony allegation, and one is a misdemeanor speed violation. The felony allegation is a weapons misconduct allegation, being a prohibited possessor. It's a class 4 felony. Then the other is a excessive speed violation. That's a class 3 misdemeanor, alleging a speed of 50 miles per hour in a posted 25 miles per hour zone. On those charges, you have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial. I've scheduled you for two different court dates. One of them has to do with the felony and one has to do with the misdemeanor. I'll discuss the felony first. That is called an arraignment, or excuse me, a preliminary hearing on the felony charge. That's scheduled for January 27th at 4 o'clock. I've got all this written down. You'll get copies so you don't have to try to remember it.
Okay.
The preliminary hearing is to determine if there's probable cause to charge you with that felony allegation, not convict you, only to charge you. If probable cause is found at that hearing, then the case will bind over to the Gila County Superior Court. They'll take disposition on the case. If probable cause is not found, then that charge could dismiss. There's also the possibility that the case could go in front of a grand jury before that date or after that date. The best thing for you to do is to call the first business day before that court date to see if it's still proceeding or not. You may not have to appear. Then on the misdemeanor violation, I've scheduled you for an arraignment on the 4th of February at 9 a.m. That's where you'll need to be prepared to plead either guilty, not guilty, or no contest to that misdemeanor violation. Depending on how you plead will be what happens next with the court proceedings. All of those options, as well as the penalty range for a Class 3 misdemeanor, will be explained to you prior to you giving your plea, so you'll be well informed. Your release conditions for the charges are obey all orders of the court, do not commit any crimes, notify the court immediately if you change address, do not leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court, and then on the felony allegation only is not to possess any firearms. Since that's a felony allegation, if you're convicted, you could become a prohibited possessor. Do you understand those release conditions?
Yes, sir.
Can you abide by those?
Yes, sir.
And the court dates you'll promise to appear unless you're otherwise notified?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right,
Yes,
I'll
sir.
release you on your own recognizance then. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you on those court dates, unless you're told otherwise.
Okay.
Okay, that's all I got for you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Stand right here. Payson, give your full name for the judge. Go ahead. Give your full name.
Hi, Brandy Marcel Steinkruger.
Okay. All right. You still live on Old Highway 188, number 23?
Correct. I just have recently moved there.
Okay.
My husband and I are going through a divorce after 33 years.
Okay.
I have a 30-year-old son.
That's
Oh,
all we
yes,
got.
sorry.
Yeah, ma'am, all I needed is your address. All right.
Okay.
Do you have a mailing address also?
Yes, they have P.O. Box 1364, Tonto Basin, 85553.
Okay. And your phone number ends in 1545?
145?
1545, is that the ending of your phone number?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay. The state is alleging one violation against you, and that is a false reporting charge. On that charge, it is a misdemeanor violation. You have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial. I've scheduled you for an arraignment on the 4th of February at 9 a.m. That's where you'll need to be prepared to plead either guilty, not guilty, or no contest to that charge. Depending on how you plead will be what happens next with the court proceeding. All of those options, as well as the penalty range, will be explained to you prior to you giving your plea, so you'll be well informed before you give the plea. Your release conditions are as follows. Obey all orders of the court. Do not commit any crimes. Notify the court immediately of a change of address. Do not leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court. And then I'm ordering you to report to pretrial services. So what that is it's the probation department. You're not on probation, but you are on release services. So
Okay.
I'll provide you a name and phone number. You need to call them upon your release. Let them know they're expecting your call. Let them know who you are. And they're going to give you instructions. And their job is to monitor you to make sure you're obeying these release conditions and that you're showing up for court. And that'll go through the entire case process until the case is adjudicated. Do you understand that?
Yes, and I do have one class left. It's a 12-week anger management class, but all
Okay.
my other classes, my fines are all paid, everything's taken care of.
Okay, so this is just for your report regarding your release of this. So make sure you comply with that request to call them. Your release, if you violate any of the release conditions or if you violate their rules, your release can be revoked and you're taken back into custody. So make sure you get a hold of them when you're released. If you can comply with that and you promise to appear on your court date, I'll release you on your own recognizance. Do I have your promise?
Yes, you do.
Okay, do you have any questions for me?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's all I've got.
One minute, Judge. Didn't she have paperwork for a probation hold?
She did. There's a Gila County Superior Court probation hold, so I'm releasing you on the charge on your own recognizance, but you are being held for Gila County Superior Court for a probation violation. Okay, so they're going to want to talk to you. I don't know if it's going to be today or tomorrow, but you're held in custody on that, so you won't be released, but you are released on this charge with the information I told you.
Oh, so I don't get to go home today?
I don't know if it'll be today or not, but
Okay.
what I can tell you is the probation department through this Gila County Superior Court has a hold on you, so they want to discuss with you something. And so you'll be
Okay.
held until that takes place, and then it'll be upon them to release you off of that hold. Once they do that, you are released on the charge that I've just seen you on.
Okay, and I did call my probation officer the day it happened and everything. She
Okay.
talked to everybody before all of that.
Okay. Any questions on that?
No, thank
Okay.
you.
You bet. Thank you.
Go,
Sorry.
go. And right here, state your full name for the judge.
Bryce J. Cook.
And forward.
All right, Mr. Cook. Confirming your address is on Timber Drive.
Yep.
Okay, your phone number ends in 0483.
Yep.
And I got an email of your last name, first name, 82 at Gmail.
Yep.
All right, so the state is alleging 3 charges against you. 2 of them are felony allegations. 1 of them is a misdemeanor allegation. The 2 felony allegations are dangerous drug possession or use and drug paraphernalia possession or use. The misdemeanor violation is interfering with judicial proceedings. On those charges, you have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial. I've scheduled you for 2 court dates. One's for the felonies and one's for the misdemeanor, so I'm going to explain the felonies first. On those 2 felony charges, that's called a preliminary hearing, and that's scheduled for the 27th of January at 4 o'clock p.m. That's where there'll be a presentation to determine if there's probable cause to charge you with those 2 felony allegations. If there is probable cause, then your case will bind over to the Gila County Superior Court. If probable cause is not found on those 2 charges, then the case could dismiss. There's also a possibility that the case will go in front of a grand jury instead of going to court on that date. If that is the case, you'll be notified by letter to that address that you won't need to appear in court. If no complaint files and there is no grand jury, the state has up to the statute of limitations, which is near 7 years from the date of your arrest, to file the complaint if they choose to do so. Your release conditions on the felony are obey all orders of the court, do not commit any crimes, notify the court immediately of any address change, do not leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court, do not possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription, and not to possess any firearms since it's felony allegations, and if you're convicted, you could become a prohibited possessor. Regarding the misdemeanor violation, the court date for that is on February 4th at 9 o'clock. Now, you won't have to remember this. I'll give you copies of it. That's where you'll need to be prepared to plead to that charge of interfering with judicial proceedings on that date of either guilty, not guilty, or no contest. Depending on how you plead will be what happens next with the court process. All of those options, as well as the penalty range for that charge, will be explained to you prior to you giving your plea on that date. The release conditions for that charge is obey all orders of the court, not to commit any crimes, notify the court immediately of any address change, and not to leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court. Do you understand all of those release conditions?
Yes.
Can you comply with those?
Yes.
And you'll show up to court as ordered?
Yes.
Okay, we'll release you on your own recognizance. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, that's all I've got for you then. And who do we want these sent to?
You could send them to Smith, Sergeant Smith.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You bet.